Got thumbs up coming, so let's get ready. 3, 2, 1. Tetris!
All 4 players getting started right here.
First thing I'm noticing out of the gate, Gwafey with 19 starts.
Yeah, and unfortunately one missed drop early on there for Gwafey with a Z piece. Just people used to say all the way back in the day, sort of the time of adjusting for a few lines to that 19 speed, but looks like we have that at the start of the game. It might be an early reset from Gwafey as
it will be indeed. So quickly going ahead and introducing the players. Let's start with our player in the upper left corner. We have a tapper out of the United States. He's got a PB of 1,404,000. He's a student, and he's got enough votes for number 30 on the premier poll as a tapper.
In 2026.
He's still getting votes for the premier poll. That's insane.
I'm sure there are 30 people with like 2 million PBs. This might be outdated. Maybe 5 million.
I know, right?
At this point.
So 33rd in the world with a 1955 ELO, has made the top 16 in 2022 and 2024. Welcome in, Dillan.
All right, and top right, the awaited Gwafey. We have a 19-year-old roller from the United States. Premier poll is going to be the highest ranking out of all of our players, tied for 11th there. So as we know, top 16 seeds get a bye in the bracket, and yeah, I mean, 11 seed would be nice. Would be nice for Gwafey there. Yes. We might be seeing a high cutoff for that kind of score.
Of note, one of the people he's tied with is not here, Neko.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
yeah, of course, that takes into account international players as well, which we have several international players here, but unfortunately some people won't be able to make it. So yeah, Gwafey is definitely going to be gunning for a top seed here. 14th rank in ELO, and has a history at CTWC since 2024, where he placed in the top 48, and 2025, where he made it all the way to the top 16.
Yes, indeed. And then on the bottom row in the lower left, we got a roller out of the United States, PB of 2,416,000. Used to be a really fast tapper herself, but made the transition to roll, and it's been going really well. She's currently number 18 in the premier poll, 24th in ELO at 2012, and made the top 32 last year. Welcome in, Winterra. And of note, her rival that she has noted down here is Critical Lapis, who is the other person tied at 11 in the premier poll. So
there's 3.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, so many high-ranked players here. But Critical Lapis is here.
Yeah, he is. It's going to be amazing this year. Yep. He couldn't make it last year, but he's going to be here this year, and I can't wait to see what he can do.
Yeah, and in the bottom right, we have Crabrangoon with a PB of 2.67 million points. A 17-year-old student from the U.S. and ranking at 33rd in the premier poll, being the lowest here, which is insane.
I mean, just getting on the premier poll is a feat in and of itself.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody here in this one particular slot is all the way up at 33rd or higher. So we're definitely expecting some crazy qualifiers here. 52nd in ELO ranking, and it is their first CTWC. So sometimes the newcomers just pop out with a bang. I'm excited to see how these first games go and how the momentum builds throughout the qualifier.
Yeah, I remember I had to I did a commentary session back in 2024. I think Tyler was on with me, and we had Ramations up for his first CTWC, and he had an amazing qualifier. So big shoes to fill there, but Crabrangoon can do it. And so far in the early going, it's Dillan, the one that's pacing here. He's got a 5:08, not even at 100 lines yet.
And we're just working on the camera. Oh. It's black right now. It's black screen right now.
Yeah, just trying to get a camera resolved here. But I'm watching this for Dillan here. I mean, this could be like a very high 600, like maybe even as high as 690 here, if he gets a bar.
Yeah, yeah, I think 690 might be accurate with 3 burns here, or maybe it was 670.
Oh, there's the bar.
Dillan, as a tapper, if we're going to try to approach scores of 1.2, 1.3 sometimes, then that pre-transition, that 19 to 29 play matters a whole lot. And Dillan showing it, bringing the pace in his very first game. Going to be a great way to see the standard set for tapping play. We saw Aaron qualify with 10 points. Is that leading the tappers, I believe. And we'll see if Dillan can compete with that kind of score.
676 into 19. That's the highest transition I've seen today. But getting into a little bit of trouble immediately. It's going to take some time to work that down. Meanwhile, on the bottom, we have Crab in at 506 and Winterra in at 562. So Gwafey, who had the 19 starts, he's on level 22 right now with a 731. That is certainly a strong score.
Yeah, this is definitely poised for a high 1.1 into kill screen if Gwafey can keep up that pace. Dillan also at 761, so almost at that same score at level 21. This is really nice start to this game. Everybody is pacing fairly well in the early 19 levels, just slamming down Tetrises, and we're seeing our sort of front runners break ahead. Dillan and Gwafey at over 800,000 point scores. We're going to see, hopefully, well over max outs into the kill screen from these players.
Yes. And one of the things with the three rollers that we have up here, they are all proficient on going deep into 29. So this game, you might have seen maybe in a couple other sessions that few players would get to 29 and then struggle a little bit and then top out on like 30 or 31. Don't expect that here with our rollers. So that's not going to happen.
Right. If we have any problem, it's that we're simul starting, so we can't see everybody's 29 play at once. And I'm really excited to see what Dillan can do with the tapping, and as well what these three rollers can bring out, since every 29 game is going to matter here. We're approaching it at similar times. Dillan 941 on level 24. It's incredible. 1.3 into kill screen is still possible on this game.
Yeah, he's about to max out into 25 if he can get the bar after he's set up here, but this is starting to get a little dicey. Not going to be able to set up.
This is going to cost a lot of burns here, but still set up as long as he can get out of this before 29 to have a fairly strong score into kill screen. Gwafey leading the pack at 1.025 here.
Yep. Gwafey on the board. Let's see how many he can get out of this. Another Tetris.
Meanwhile, Winter and Crabrangoon lagging just a bit behind in the 700Ks at level 25, which is okay because you don't need a max out into kill screen. You just need to get as many points as you can on top of that max out at any point before level 39, assuming you top out there. So,
and both these players more than capable of playing those speeds. So Winter probably just focusing on getting this board down and maybe getting a few more Tetrises beforehand. But Gwafey is high up on the board here.
First into the kill screen. This might be survivable. Nice flat long bar burn for Gwafey, and wants a T-piece really badly. A long bar here would be great.
Oh my god.
The only piece he gets to the left. Amazing tuck with the OPs right there, and hangs a long bar in column 2.
But this is
possible to get over. A burn to the right would be nice, and he gets a long bar to burn it down. And he has his 5-tap lingering. He gets the Z over. Long bar over, and Gwafey looking like he can get out of this. L to the left, and one more long bar to the right will be able to get him down. Another couple misdrops. His board is looking dire now. Needs something else left. Hangs the long bar. That's going to be it. 1.12. But Dillan is on level 29 as well here with a 1.15.
Yeah, Gwafey getting the 3 points. Dillan gonna just toss on the towel there, and Dillan also getting 3 points. But what was that from Gwafey? That was insane.
Yeah, that was an incredible dig. So unlucky for Gwafey that right afterwards things spiraled right back out of control. Dillan at the same time had a couple hangs to the right, which that's the difference between tapping and rolling, really, is even those 4 taps for tappers.
Winter trying to get a point on the board, needs another 8,000.
Okay, just a few lines will do it. Doesn't even have to get all the way down. Gets that long bar over, and a couple more lines will do it here. 998, one or two more lines. One more line.
One more single.
Oh,
no! Winter.
Oh, that's got to hurt for Winter.
998. She's going to get that recorded. So all 4 of our players have something recorded on the board, which we didn't get on CT2 earlier, unfortunately. But this is definitely a hot start for our top players, and some close calls for Winter and Crab. And they're going to be looking to get back on the horse. And
Yeah, Crab as well, I believe, another 900K score. And those are really disappointing when you get all the way to the kill screen and fall just short of clutching those 2 points, which can be oh so valuable in determining your final standing, the difference between that 2 and the 0 with the same amount of time spent. So Dillan and Gwafey, although the games may have been disappointing in some aspects, have to be happy they got away with the points they did.
yes, absolutely. It's like any time you get points is a good time to get points. So we're going to, while these games are in the early going, we're going to shout out a couple more of our sponsors here. Let's start with Arika, who's sponsoring the TGM4 tournament coming up later today. It is now available on the Nintendo Switch and is on sale on Steam for $24.99. And like I said, we got Green Tea here to defend his championship from last year. But there's a couple of potential challengers to his throne. I saw Yoshimi's going to be here, and that could be a bit of a mountain to climb for a lot of people. So
the whole Japan crew, and I see many faces around here excited for that TGM play. So definitely,
so that'll be coming
hyped for that one
later tonight. I don't know if we're gonna have it, or is that gonna be on CT1? Which one? The TGM tournament. Yeah, so we'll be able to get to see that happen.
Yeah, and also thank you to Brendan Spalding and his company FamiWiki for donating this year's trophies. At FamiWiki.net, you can find over 1,700 pages about the family computer, or Famicom for short, and the Super Famicom, plus everything else in between. Make sure to also check out their YouTube channel at FamiWiki.
Yep. So, very cool. So here we go. We got players starting off here. Dillan.
Nice 5 and below from Gwafey.
So now 67 lines, so about 290 at the half for Dillan. That's not quite last game's transition, but what is? I mean, that was a very good first game of Dillan.
Yeah, that's the exact kind of transition and start you want to see as a tapper. This is more of a standard max out pace that Dillan has right now, so I assume he's going to just put on the pressure and try to get his pace up. You can see how high he's stacking. Just trying to even out that pace.
So far, it is all very clean for Dillan. Gwafey with a 19 start, nearly at 65 lines, got 267, so things going well over there thus far.
Right, another 5 and below from Gwafey, just spamming this adjustment, and it happens to be working out to no means of chance, all skill.
Yep. Crab also with a nice game here. He's got 297. Just a little more than halfway through level 18. And Winter trying to get out of this jam on 18. And we'll get the bar over for the Tetris.
Right, so it's really interesting to see Gwafey, the only one doing 19 starts, is going to offset the pace a little bit from everybody else. So he's at 86 lines, Dillan at 103. So they might be pretty evened out by the time we get to the 19 transition for Dillan. And Gwafey just playing at a different speed. You get to see more action at once.
Yeah. And, you know, this is something you're going to see out of a lot of the top players, too, like the Scooties and the Alexes and Dog and all them. They're going to be playing on 19 just because they're able to squeeze out more games. And for them, playing on 19 is not that much different than 18. It's just slower.
Right. It can be a matter of pace. It can be a matter of endurance. It's really a personal preference thing. And we've seen some of the top players starting on 18 or 19. It just works better for some people one way or the other. We can see Gwafey, of course, comfortable on those 19 speeds and on about a max out pace right now. Dillan has brought his pace up significantly and looking for hopefully a 640 transition here if he can get these 2 Tetrises without burning.
Nice T-spin there as well. He's going to get the bar over. Boom, Tetris 619. Buika, buika.
643 for Dillan and Gwafey, 1 Tetris away from what would be a transition from an 18 start, just as a reference for pace with the 529, so maybe a little bit lower than he would hope, but this is still a solid score.
Yep. Meanwhile, on the bottom, Crab, pace fell off a little bit here, 437. Still has room for 3 Tetrises, though. So can squeak out a 500K if he can do it with only 2 burns or less. Winter currently at 95, make it 99 lines. She's got a good score going, 411.
Yep, everyone on somewhat standard paces, but Dillan, as I mentioned, really applying pressure to this pace up to 747 at level 21. I imagine he's burned just a couple of lines in the post-transition so far, so.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to put on the gas, but these pieces are kind of not helping out.
Yeah.
He is going to get things open. He's got the parity back to a
there we go.
Decent.
Left up really high, but that's nice. And Dillan slams down a Tetris. As a tapper, it can be nice to have your left just so high that whenever you want, you can take a skim and get a Tetris without putting your stack in too much danger. Dillan, one of the faster tappers, so he will be able to stack relatively high compared to a lot of other tappers, and it might just look like he's rolling if you're not well familiar with him.
Yep, 841 for Dillan on 23. Gwafey 768 at the same level. They're within 5 lines of each other. On the bottom, Crab's on 21 at 550. And Winter approaching transition. She's got a 508 right now.
Crab hitting that column 2 Tetris with a near perfect transfer. Just one burn to get that well back to the right side. On the top, Dillan.
Oh boy. Good.
Had to burn out and gets the Tetris over. He had a digging situation pretty high up, but just had to clear out his well. Gets the Tetris. He's at 885 now on level 25.
And he had some really smart burns in there too. And it's like, it didn't even slow him down. He's at 917 on 25.
Yeah, and it feels a little bit like a 1v1 right here between Dillan and Gwafey. Similar line count and also similar score. So Dillan 950, but he is 10 lines ahead of Gwafey. So both players gunning for the 1.1, it looks like, or potentially higher into kill screen here. Dillan looks like no 1.2 in scope before kill screen, but Gwafey could just do it here.
There's the max outs for both players. Ring that bell.
And max out is so valuable here because you're adding 2 points onto that score total.
I think these two are going to be adding a little more than 2 here.
Yeah, hopefully so. Just one more Tetris for each player. Yeah, if that lines out into kill screen, that's already 1.1.
Dylan with a great adjustment there. He's trying to get that last bar. We'll get the 1.1.
1.127. They're separated by 400 points here and 6 lines. Oh, Dillan at 229 lines has a hole in his stack. Once that Tetris gets it, and he might be able to burn out of this. It's low enough to be survivable for him. Let's see what he'll go for. Gets it over to the left. First one into 29, and this is going to be hard to clear out. He wanted an L piece to the left. Gets it all the way over.
Oh, another 4
And this is not really set upable. Oh my goodness. all the way over to the left. That must have been 6 high. 1.17. Gwafey almost at that 1.2 million score. He's set up for a Tetris, which would do it. A couple of lines also do it.
No.
Hangs that T to the left,
what
though.
Is this drought?
Just holding out. A couple more burns would get the 1.2. Will he get a long bar?
He will not.
Not going to come.
1.1.
And double 1.1 from Dillan and Gwafey yet again. Crabrangoon 965. He's 1 Tetris away from the max out.
971, and we misses a J to left there.
Winter with the Tetris to get to 921. So Winter's on a pretty good pace, but Crabrangoon, a matter of lining out away from that max out. It might be nice. It looks like that's what Crab is going for. Just making sure to secure the max out, get those 2 points on the board, and then you can start going ham.
And doesn't need much more. 994. 998, one more line. There it is. Max out for Crab.
Nice. Getting on the board, securing that max out within level 31. Has the center wall Tetris, gets it immediately, 1.041. And we'll have to see the gauge of aggression Crabrangoon is going for here. Winter also has the means to get a 1.1 million score into kill screen, is already on that board with the max out. And Crab with another Tetris setup. Stack getting just a bit higher, but really nice discipline, really nice skim there, and a Tetris with a good stack, 1.096, very close to that 1.1.
Beautiful for Crab. He's got that. Winter's got the 1.1 into 29, so Winter with a potential big game here.
Yep, Crab wanted an L to the left, didn't quite get it. Oh, nice, hits that 5-tap all the way over to the left. And
crucially, though, Crab does have the 1.1.
Yep, in this dig, but if Crab can get out of this, you can keep piling on points. Needs something to the right, like an L piece. Oh, doesn't get the
doesn't
5
flip
top, doesn't get the J over to the left. This
Not
is
over
still
yet.
survivable though. Hits the long bar to the left.
Oh, that
and
misses the
unfortunately
next 5 tap.
hangs that SP. Is going to top at 1.125, but that is 3 points on the board for Crab, and Winter is still going at 1.167. So one more Tetris would bring her to 1.2 here.
And we'll see what her strategy is. It looks like she's just playing it safe.
And the great thing about this qualifying format is these players, Dillan and Gwafey, have 6 points on the board here. Winter could theoretically catch this in one game if she really pops off. We'll have to see the level of aggression she's going for, but it's looking like it's relatively safe, which I like this strategy a lot, to make sure you guarantee right there what she did with the lining out, guarantee the 1.2, and then as you get to these later levels, the score starts ramping up. You can keep going for Tetrises.
Yep, once it gets over 40,000, 45,000.
Very clean Tetris setup right here for Winter. Gets that Tetris.
Exactly what she does. 1,255,000.
A small hang, though, going to cost some burns for Winter. The stack's getting a little bit messy, but an SP's going to help her burn that out there. Long bar down, gets the 5 top over. This is survivable, but needs to lock in here. Oh, going to hang. Piece to the right here, and 1.262 was one Tetris off from that other point with the 1.3 million, but still securing 4 points right there.
Indeed. So everybody on the board now. So we have 4 players: Dillan at 6, Gwafey at 6, Winterra at 4, and Crab at 3. All right. Looks like we are going to talk about Enhance. We have Austin in the house too. I don't know if you guys have seen him around, but he is here. He's not just here with Tetris Effect connected, but also Lumine's Arise. Luminous Arise. Lumines. It looks like Lumines to me. But apparently it's Luminous. It's from the creators of Tetris Effect Connected. It's a heart-pumping fusion of addictive puzzle gameplay, thumping audio, and eye-popping visuals. Experience a wow, they really are challenging us here. Synesthetic journey of sound and light through over 30 handcrafted something or others, because Ninja is scrolling and I wasn't done. The 30 handcrafted stages where every block, every combo, and every beat is a feast for the senses.
I can say, yes. Whether you're advancing in the single-player mode, competing in multiplayer, or striving for the top of the leaderboards, the gameplay will draw you in, promising an irresistible allure of just one more round. Available now on PlayStation 5 and Steam. More information available at luminous.game.
Yep. Meanwhile, we are back in the action, and Gwafey has hit the canonical transition, but from a 19 start, there's no transition just yet. He's got a 567, so pretty good game going here, but Dillan on course for another 600.
Yeah, great stuff from both players here. We're seeing a bit higher pacing from Gwafey this game than in the last game. And Winter and Crab just getting started here, so we're seeing a bit of a desync between the players on the top and the players on the bottom, which just comes down to the pacing and timing of the game sometimes.
Yeah, also Winter and Crab, they missed out on the maxouts in their first game, so they started earlier, but Gwafey playing the 19 starts, he's been able to play more Tetris than anyone right now.
Yeah, and funny enough, Dillan being ahead in pace, or when I say pace, I mean up there, timing the same games as Gwafey is interesting as a tapper, but maybe he is just stacking higher than everybody else. That's one way that you can get, ahead in game timing is stacking up really high, scoring really efficiently. That's what he's doing.
Gwafey was getting into a little bit of trouble there and just had an amazing burn up towards the top of the board.
Winter also had a really cool move there, had a sort of jagged overhang in her stack and hit a T spin tuck where you have to spin the T in and then tuck it one more time and got that to resolve the stack. So now she's clean 175 at 47 lines, so solid pace.
Meanwhile, it's the top of the board where they are off and running here, and Gwafey again on a nice score here, 773. Dillan 668 now, a Tetris to go to 695. He's only on level 21.
Yeah, Dillan maintaining a center well here. He's going to keep going for it and wants maybe a T-piece for the left. He's really going to commit to this center well here. This could be a perfect transfer with the long bar there. That Tetris is going to get him back to the right well.
That's exactly what we wanted to see.
A little bit of commotion going on, but looking back at our games, Gwafey is our current front runner at 841,000 points, level 25. Dillan with a great pace as well, just behind in lines, 764 into level 23. So both of these players looking at a max out into kill screen.
Yes, and Gwafey only needs 4 more Tetrises to get this done. We'll get one there. Not quite set up for the other, and then he gets spammed with long bars. Certainly not what he wanted, but gonna get this down slowly.
Right, Crabrangoon going for the 600k transition. That might be his highest of the session.
I believe it is. I think Dillan is the only one that's been getting 600s, and he's been getting consistent 600s.
Yeah, absolutely. Gwafey, though, 1 Tetris away from a max out and 224 lines. Let's see if he's going to commit to this dirty. That's not even a Tetris. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about, but he burns it down, and 229 lines could get a Tetris right here into the kill screen if the long bar comes. Otherwise, it's just going to burn the triple into it. Now it's a really nice, clean Tetris setup in level 29. Burns it all the way down and gets that disciplined max out right there.
Yes, max out for Gwafey.
Dillan, in the meantime, hits a nice adjustment with the T-piece, flicking it over to make room for that L. 923 in level 27. So with these couple of burns, I think he's also going for that max out into kill screen.
Yeah, this board might be a little more difficult for Dillan, though, but Gwafey getting in trouble at the top of the board.
Oh, hangs long bar to the left. That's just going to be it. Just like that. There was a flat long bar burn, but Gwafey, confident in his 5 taps, went for the long bar to the left. Unfortunately, hung it, and that will just spell the end of the game. 29 is so brutal like that, even with rolling. Just one misdrop can mean the end. Dillan here needs to, gets the J to open up his well, but one Tetris would mean a max out for him. He might just hold out for this. Long bar gets it over, and he's not going to be able to get anything else, but clutches those 2 points right there.
Nice sellout for Dillan there to get that final Tetris.
Yeah, and it looks like in the meantime, Crabrangoon topped out there, which is really unfortunate for a 600,000 point transition, or roughly.
Winter still with 3 Tetrises remaining. Not going to get them, though, as the burns are coming in. But still a 590, potentially.
Right, so Gwafey and Dillan securing those 2 points apiece. So I believe they've just been 1.1, 1.1, 1.0, pretty much synced up the entire qualifier,
they
both
are
at
totally
8 points.
Synced up. Yes.
And Winter is next on our list with 4 points and currently on a game which stack is not where you'd want it to be, but she can clean this up and go for a max out into kill screen for sure. Crabrangoon has a bit of catching up to do at 3 points and early on in the game so far.
Yep, Winter getting out of that situation was one of the things that I've been able to appreciate about Winter's play is that, she can get into trouble, but she is up there as one of the best of getting out of trouble and is very good at keeping games alive that other people would have trouble not topping out.
Yeah, it reminds me as a callback to Doge, who we saw at Qual in session 1, where maybe you're the kind of sporadic player who ends up in a lot of digging situations, but you're so used to it that you can get out of it every time, and that's super valuable when it comes to high stakes, high nerves situations like qualifiers where you're bound to get in some digs and you have to be able to handle these under pressure. Winter right now leading the pack with 735 at 173. Had that ugly stack earlier, but managed to clean it all the way out and bring back her pace. So looking at a solid max out, or 1.1 if she puts on the pressure here.
Yeah, Winter has definitely brought this back and is looking to try to get this max out. He's got a center well going here. Couple awkward pieces, though. She's going to have to burn a bit.
Yeah, tucking that SN over the center well. Perfect transfer with that center well Tetris all the way over to the right well. 830 points at 190 lines. A wise man once said, you have 23 burns to max out before kill screen.
That's a few burns.
There is some leeway for Winter here to maybe secure those 2 points and do whatever she wants in 29.
I'm sure she might also be thinking about maybe 3 points before level 29 hits, but sport isn't helping her out any.
Yeah, 1.1 still potentially on the table with one more burn, but it's really just the Winter show right now. Everybody else is rather early on in their games, and Winter Tetrising into level 27 with 939. So 2 more Tetrises will get her to that max out before even level 29, and we'll see if she wants to get a few more of those points so the 1.1 is easier to reach in 29.
Yes. I mean, she's still going to take that double. We are under 1 hour remaining in our qualifying sessions, so 1/3 of the way through.
Right, that Tetris for Winter, so 226 lines. That means 3 more burns before you'll have to get a Tetris or burn into kill screen, and gets that last Tetris with no burns remaining. So 1.092 could quickly line out to a 1.1 here. She's already on the board with those 2 points, but can secure one more here with just one more line. No, one more line. There we go. 1.101 for Winter, and we'll see how she handles the aggression here. Kind of had a Tetris setup going for her, but her stack pretty spiky, was begging for a T-piece there and decided to burn it down instead. Now this stack is looking great for a potential Tetris setup. Flat long bar there. Tetris for Winter into 1.156, just a Tetris and change away from that 1.2.
Yep, and she has got the hole in column 8 right now. Opens it up. Oh, I don't know what that was, but...
Bit of spaghetti on the stack for Winter there, but burning it down really gracefully. Great discipline from Winter. Hits the T-spin as well. 1.176, so could get it with a Tetris or could just line out throughout this level 33 here.
And she's looking to double her score here if she can get another 14,000 points.
There we go. And nice. Hits that long bar all the way to the left, and a couple more lines will get her to the 1.2. Let's see. Going for this really disciplined approach. I kind of like the way Winter's handling this qual. With
there's the 1.2
lining out 1.2 right there, and now might be going for this Tetris setup. Pretty clean, has a high left Tetris there, 1.243, and really nice disciplined Tetris is just getting these points one at a time. Needs something to the left though right now. A long bar hits it over, and another T or a Z hits the Z piece over to the left. A T, there we go.
The T goes over.
The left is looking healthier now. A T piece to the left would be incredible here. A T piece right now would be awesome. Hits that long bar though, and slowly digging this down. There we go, gets that J, double flip to the left. Now our stack's looking a lot more survivable here. A couple LJ dependencies though, so
yeah, gets one of them filled
pieces.
In. Level 36, her time is running out. She is approaching the 1.3. Oh boy.
Okay, just wants to survive right now before thinking about more scores, but 1.28 for Winterra, and that is going to bring her all the way to 8 points, as you said, doubling the score.
Yeah, and putting her tied with Gwafey and Dillan for the moment. Gwafey on a game at 768 on 23. Dillan 636 on 20. Crab at 821 right now.
This is exactly what Crab needs right now. Had a bit of a slow start, but 830 in level 24. You could take this really chill, get a max out into kill screen. You could go for 1.1, 1.2 if you want to really go for it, but Crab just stacking disciplined, getting these Tetrises when they come, and trying to secure some points here on top of the 3 he already has.
Yep, he's playing it safe, but the game is saying you get no bars for a while. Finally, one shows up. 873. Probably looking at a 27 max here.
Yep, that is definitely on the board here, and Gwafey is basically neck and neck with Crabrangoon here with his next Tetris. Nice adjustment by Gwafey, the T for the J there, making space for it. 935 Gwafey, 938 Crab, but Crab has a center well setup, gets that Tetris,
nice,
and is going to maintain it here. What Tetris? A long bar right here would be nice to be able to transfer that well back. Gonna take one burn, and it could be a perfect transfer back to the right well if a long bar comes, but the seed is not looking great for Crab. Gwafey first to the max out.
Yep. Oh, and it covers the well just as a long bar shows up. Classic Tetris at its finest, folks, but there is the max.
And max out for Crabrangoon. Let's
And
see.
I missed one for winner earlier,
At
so there's
221,
that one.
if he gets 3 Tetrises back-to-back with this center well, he could be 1.1 into kill screen. Going to burn it away, and that is perfectly fine because you have all the way until level 39 to add up points. Gwafey 1 Tetris away from the kill screen. So is Crab, but Gwafey could get the 1.1 here.
Gwafey is looking for more than 1.1, I can tell you that. There's another Tetris, and he is in with the B.
Yeah, Gwafey secured that 1.1 into kill screen. Crab with a Tetris setup, very spiky stack here. Let's see, high left, and there's the Tetris for Crabrangoon. 1 Tetris away from the 1.1. Oh, misdropped the L piece for the Tetris setup right here, but this is survivable. He needs something to the left, like an O piece.
Yep,
and
there it
gets
is.
the O just in time, setting up immediately for the Tetris. There's the Tetris into 1.1 for
1.1.
Crabrangoon,
Gwafey,
also doubling his
meanwhile,
score.
Very close to a 1.2.
Couple lines would get him there, but with that Tetris setup, sometimes you might want to just go for it. Crab, another Tetris into the 1.2.
Oh,
And another
Gwafey.
one right there. Crab is popping off.
Gwafey getting a couple of Tetrises there, but that was very close to being a 1.199. But he is still going.
Right, another 5-tap hang from Gwafey there, and a couple more misdrop. Oh my goodness, hits like
Wow.
9 left twice in a row. And needs something to the left piece, but those
it's not gonna
misdrops
be it,
did
though.
too much damage. 1.255 top out for Gwafey, going to add 4 points onto his score. But we see Dillan at 229 lines. Tetris is into the kill screen at 1.071, and 1 Tetris would bring him to 1.1. Meanwhile, Crabrangoon 1 Tetris from 1.3. So much action going on right now.
Indeed. Crab is on level 34, so has a lot of time left. Oh, but the misdrops and the drought gets the bar over, gets the 1.3, and he's happy enough with that.
And great, yeah, Crab on level 35, 1.3. That is a great score to add on. Dillan had a bit of a holdout for a Tetris going on, sort of caved and blocked off the well, and it was just hard to overcome with tapping there. So just gonna have to get that 1.086. But Dillan up to 10 points, it looks like. Crabrangoon up to 8. So everybody here is at 8+ points. You mentioned 8 might be somewhere around where the cutoff is. So
I would not be comfortable with 8, but it's possible that could be the line. So if you're at 8, you're sweating.
But yeah, a potential low ball cutoff, but to be just over a third into the qualifier and with 8 points,
Yes.
as long as you can keep yourself cool and collected and stay on that pace, you are on a great. You're just on a great trajectory to make.
I like the odds of all 4 of these players making gold today. These are some good starts from all 4.
Exactly. Gwafey getting high up here, only 27 lines in, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if this game had to be reset, but might be going for an incredibly high up Tetris. No, just going to keep burning, and a very disastrous stack right here. Doesn't get the J in time, and going to top out there at 32 lines.
Yeah. One of the downsides of doing the 19 starts is, they're a little faster, a little harder to get out of some situations. But Gwafey will get right back on the horse and keep going. He's got 12 points right now, which is, that's up there. That's going to be tied with Evesy, it looks like.
Right, looking like currently, Gwafey's up at 13 seed already, and this is taking into account the Qual 1 slots, some of whom have finished.
Yes. There's some nutty qualifiers going on CT1 as well. Like Dog is already at like 23 points. Like,
Yeah,
what
23 points. We might be able to see something high up there.
I stole some from Marcus.
Seeing a couple spontaneous just misdrops from Gwafey. We saw some in 29 and just some right there. Hopefully that's something he can keep under control when it matters.
Yes. Winter, meanwhile, 10 lines from transition, has a 586 right now. But these pieces are not being kind at the top of the board, but will get a bar over. Hits the 610.
Right, and only 4 lines away from that 19 transition. Might want something to the left, gets the long bar, but going to take the Tetris with it. So 637 and just entering the 19 transition with a bit of a dig to do, but nothing dangerous.
Yeah. And we're kind of still waiting for one of these players to get that big pop-off game that goes all the way to 39 and just pick up a whole boatload of points.
I'd argue all these players, little bit to be desired for their potential top score. As we know, the kicker, so the score we're seeing on the right, the top score is what breaks ties between players who have the same amount of points. So having something really nice there, maybe it's your last game, you go for that 1.5 or whatnot, and that can be the difference between several seeds depending on how many people got your exact score.
Yeah, like right now, Crabrangoon has that advantage over Winterra, having that 1.3. So,
yeah, we can already see it making the difference. And Winter, though, 755, 783 within level 22. This is really nice to approach potentially a high 1.1 into the kill screen.
Yep, 8-12. Winter looking for some more points, looking to secure that spot in gold. And then it'll be just a matter of how far can she go here. We still have more than half the time remaining in this session.
Yeah, hit a really nice adjustment as well, making a pocket for the O piece and burning that T, just flipping it out. And it's really disciplined stacking this whole game from Winter. I think she's going to take the pace when it comes to her on a silver platter, but she's not going to push for anything dumb that might put the game in jeopardy.
Yeah. And this is something I say all the time when I do commentary with her on CTL. She used to have a problem with that. She doesn't really anymore. Like, it's one of the things about her game that she's fixed is her early game stacking and staying out of trouble. And we're seeing it today paying off in spades. And she's already got 8 points.
Yeah, really coming through. LJ dependency resolved. There we go. Just high left again. This is exactly the kind of stack you want to maintain. Tetris ready again. Max out at 201 lines.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, this is potential for a 1.2 million into kill screen, but we'll just see what kind of pieces come and how she ends up playing around it, because this could be a very flexible pace depending on the kind of pieces you get.
Yep. Just looking around the horn real quick. Dillan, no surprise, on pace for 600 there. Gwafey at 118 lines. Kind of have a bit of a suffer game. Not going to get to 500 before 130. And Crab early on at 215 still.
Yeah, Winter also bang one more Tetris for a 1.2 into kill screen. She could even get it within level 28 here. And a T-piece would be nice for Winter, or just a long bar to secure that 1.2 and enter kill screen however she wants. But
it's a high stack, but it is good stack.
Bang, 1.2, and Winter has secured 4 points before even entering the kill screen. Tetris is again into the kill screen, 1.243. Keeping that left high, and she's inviting an early Tetris setup, but just going to burn it down until she gets exactly what she wants here.
Yep. And she's getting it. It is all the way down.
Yep. Just burned that down. Though. Had a J dependency, didn't want to risk going for a Tetris setup, and now with a high left, this could be a potentially friendly Tetris setup. Tetris into 1.3 for Winter. Really nice score going.
Winter still going here. She's got the D on the screen. It's going to be at least 5 points for her, and it is still early.
Winter misses the J-tuck, moves too early. That's going to cause a top out right there. That just shows how precarious some of these level 29 Tetris setups can be. Just one early tuck, something like that, can really put an end, put a halt to your game when you're having a great ride. But at least securing that 1.3 is really crucial for Winter. And I would say entering the safe qual territory with 13 points. Not
only that, but taking the lead at the station so far as she pulls 1 point ahead of Gwafey. Gwafey is struggling this game, but of course Gwafey does have that 29 play that he can use to get that max out after the kill screen, but he's still got a chance to get it before 29.
Right, yeah, that is possible, but we'll see how hard he wants to push for it, because we know Gwafey can play 29 pretty well. Also, if we look at the top left of our screen, we'll see Dillan just entering level 24 with 866. This is exactly where he wants to be, putting on the pressure throughout 19, so he has less on his back going into level 29. Just a J dependency. See if he can resolve that real quick and keep a stable stack to keep these Tetrises going.
Yeah. No sooner than you say it, it all happens. 927 here, only a couple Tetris away, but now has a little bit of a hole down.
He was seeing things a little bit. I'm pretty sure I saw exactly what he was going for with this L tuck he did upside down, but
Well, this is a dirty setup
Needs
as well.
a J piece, and then he'll have a. Oh no!
Oh no!
Okay, just needs something over to the right. This might be survivable here. Doesn't get anything.
It's not going to be 934.
Unfortunate 934 top out, and that is quite devastating. Investing all of that time sink all the way to getting level 25, but
yeah,
even with an immaculate pace, it can all amount to nothing if you don't get that max out.
Exactly. So going back to Gwafey here, he's 4 Tetrises off, but only has 3 before transition.
Right, and we're also approaching the 45-minute mark, so we're almost halfway through our qualifier for slot 2.
Yeah, and, based on that alone, we're probably looking at, mid to upper 20s for some of these players. So we'll see.
Right, and we can also keep in mind that being able to play out your last game can make this qualifier feel just a little bit longer, so
yeah,
there is room for players to pop off at the end and add a lot of points. Gwafey, in the meantime, has secured a max out on level 30, so 2 more points on the board for him, and he is still going.
Yep, 1 million points and counting.
It's just Gwafey right now. Crabrangoon, the next farthest at 620, level 20. Gwafey with a Tetris setup right here. Nice safe Tetris, 1.058, and 1 more Tetris would get him just about to 1.1.
And he is getting set up again, but has to take some burns. Not the most favorable of pieces, but he is handling them very nicely.
Yeah, incredible discipline from Gwafey as well. 1 Tetris would easily clear 1.1 at this point, and has the right pretty high. Has the Tetris setup now. Needs a long bar though. Nice long bar for Gwafey, and going to be able to burn this down rather clean to keep going.
Yeah, he's got the 1.1, so 3 points.
Yep.
And more coming.
Wants something for his left, does Gwafey, but oh my goodness, aggressive bar in Column 9. Gets the Tetris regardless, 1.171, and now he's 1 Tetris away from 1.2, the next score barrier. Keeping a high left, this dig, he is going to survive, but he's going to have some more burns to do.
Yeah, that was a great timing on the bar, but also great poise from Gwafey to just stand in there and wait for that piece. And
all the way clean again. What a tuck from Gwafey there with the J setup into the T. Oh no, he has hold out for attention here. Gets the bar over.
Oh my God.
This might be survivable if he can get something over to the right side to burn down. Needs a long bar right now. Is he going to get it?
Oh my God.
No. Okay. Just a little bit late for Gwafey, but secures the 1.2. An additional 4 points for Gwafey to put him up to 16 as the new front runner of this qual slot right now.
Man,
Winter trying to punch back 400K right now.
Yeah, it's starting to look like a duel between Winter and Gwafey. And note that Winter has now joined Gwafey on the 19 starts.
That's really interesting to see.
Yeah.
I think Winter's been handling level 19 through 29 pretty well. We saw her secure that 1.2 before the kill screen, so.
Yeah, this one not working out as well as she would have hoped, but certainly with the potential to get a max out at some point.
Speaking of max outs, Crabrangoon just 1 Tetris away from a max out right here at 212, so this could definitely be a 1.1 into kill screen with 5 more burns.
999. There it is. Max out for Crab. Let's see what more he can do.
Yep, and an L piece would be amazing right now. Not going to get it though, so just costing some burns. Just going to enter the kill screen in a few lines with.
Yeah, this is trouble though because these pieces are not cooperating.
Yeah, I
Plus
assume
he's got a drought going.
He's banking on a long bar to the right, just burn it all the way down early into kill screen. You don't want to gamble with these stacks, especially in this kind of format. Just going to burn into kill screen with a split double here and has some more burns to do. Oh no, hangs up. Oh, into the long bar.
No.
At least secured the max out there, so 10 points is looking a lot better for qualifying chances for Crabrangoon.
Yes, indeed, and still has 41 minutes too. I mean, I don't think any of these players are in danger of missing out on gold right now, assuming they keep scoring. And Gwafey's probably already good. Winter's probably already good. Dillan and Crab, they probably want another max out or two just to not sweat.
Yeah, of course. We are looking at icing on the cake at this point and really playing for seeding a little bit more than securing a qualifier, but that can be incredibly important whether you're vying for a bye in the first round or trying to get a higher seed so that you can play a lower seeded opponent in round 0.
Yeah. That can't be understated how important that is. Because if you're playing against someone who might be struggling or doesn't have the ceiling that you do, playing someone lower in round 1 can give you a lot of confidence going into the rest of the tournament.
Exactly. These players probably came here confident they could qualify, and seeds are what's at stake here. This is really the highest stakes of the qualifier. Need to push the limits as much as possible, and what I'm really excited for is the last game. We'll see how incredibly the players are going to push the limits.
Missed the 5-tap left.
Okay, this is a Tetris setup, though. If she gets a long bar, gets it over.
Dirty Tetris. Still staying alive. Going to try to get the right side open here. Odd placement of the bar, but I don't hate it. She'll get the bar for the Tetris.
Yep, and a couple of burns. These burn shelves are a little bit misaligned, so she might have to burn this all the way to the ground and enter kill screen with a low 900.
Yeah. So if she wants to max out, oh no, that is not the time for this.
Yeah, but it's looking survivable with that long bar burn, just going to be burning down throughout level 29.
If she can get the right pieces here, she doesn't have to worry too much.
Yep.
Yeah, she got the right pieces. So
yeah, that L is exactly
good.
What she wanted. Oh no, misses the 2 left with the JPs. Hits the 5 left though, and this is burnable. Gets the long bar over.
Oh yes.
915 for Winter. Just a couple more burns. There we go. All the way open, back to the right. Well, let's see how she approaches this one. We know she's been lining out when she's close to a score barrier, but has a Tetris set up here at 923, gets it into 961, and has a bit of a burn to do. So maybe now she could start burning towards that 1.0 max out score.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Still a bit of burning required. Misses the bar left.
This is very deadly. 7 left here. Doesn't hit it. And 974 for Winter. Not going to go for any last minute burns. So no points there, unfortunately, on level 31.
I'm just going to take a bit of a breather there, and I don't blame her. A couple of 5 taps missed there usually means that you might want to give your hand a break. So does seem to be what she's doing. She's going to get some water refilled. She'll be back in a bit.
Yep, that is the beauty of having time, like 90 minutes to qualify. You can use it on Tetris, or you can use it on keeping your mental stable, and sometimes that is just as valuable.
Yep,
Dillan,
absolutely.
in the meantime, is going to be the next to approach kill screen. His stack is really high on the right. Gets the long bar over, though. He's at 785, now approaching 800,000 points into level 25 soon. Has a column 3 setup that he's going to commit to. There's the Tetris for Dillan, 825. And if he burns this all the way down, we'll see how the pace is looking. But
look how
just
fast
like a
that
max
goes
out
down.
right here.
Is he going to go center well here? Looks like it.
Oh, boy.
Yep, set up center well. Boom, Tetris with a transfer back to the right.
Nice, and a bit of an unfortunate adjustment for Dillan right there, going to create a J dependency, but gets it right away. Now his stack is in pristine condition. Tetris into 898, another Tetris, and it's 2 more Tetrises in order to get the max out here. Nice adjustment with the J piece, so his left is looking pretty salubrious, but just
2 more Tetrises
burns.
is all he needs.
He can still take and get the max out into kill screen.
Oh, man. It's just having trouble filling out that right side, but finally does. Gets a Tetris. Needs 1 more for the max, and there it is.
Bang. 1.008 max out for Dillan. He has room for 2 more Tetrises, so that might be the strategy he goes for as a tapper into kill screen. It's really hard to count on a Tetris or count on getting 60, 70,000 points. So if he can get this Tetris with 1 more burn, keep his left high, and go for either a Tetris or a line out here, he gets exactly what he needs right here. So let's see if he goes for the Tetris well or just tries to burn it all the way to that 1.1.
Yeah, he's got 17,000 points to go, but
that long bar was unfortunate for him, and just 1 misdrop on the J piece is going to spell the end at 883.
Moves him up to 12, but Gwafey now 4 off here on level 26, so we'll get that dirty Tetris.
Yeah, 909 for Gwafey.
Trying to get this board in a workable state. And that, bar dependency is going to kind of wait this out. It does get the bar. Oh, he misses a flip.
Yeah, no rotation. They're going to cost at least 5 lines here.
Needs a bar here. And of course, guess what? It's a drought.
And this might cost the max out into kill screen as a result of that missed rotation.
Okay, he gets the right side open, and we'll get the bar down for the Tetris into 29, 966, one off.
There we go, nice burn, and his right is 4 high. Gets that L over to the left. A Tetris into the max out for Gwafey, an additional 2 points. Another Tetris right away. He is gunning for what I think more than a 1.1.
Absolutely. Yeah, Gwafey is hungry to get a big score on the board here, so looking for a bar.
This is left up really high. Another Tetris for Gwafey, so 1.093. Let's see if he continues to set up or takes this tournament 1.2 million score. Oh no, it needs something to fill in. Just burn out and open the well. Doesn't get it in time. And an A95 top out for Gwafey. Unfortunately close to that 1.1 score, but going to pass up on that extra point there. Still leading this qualifying session with 18 points.
Yes, indeed. And he's right behind Fractal, too. Fractal currently at 19. He's still live in his qualifying session, but despite Gwafey having trouble getting past the max out, he has gotten so many of them that he's got a pretty good score going. So we'll see what can happen in our final 35 minutes here.
Exactly. Consistency is really showing through as what matters here. We've seen some disappointment on the faces of Dillan and Gwafey, topping out with 1.0 million points, and that's very valid. But the advantage of getting that max out secured over topping out at 900 is a huge time save if we're speaking in terms of time is money and money is points.
Yes.
Still very valuable.
Yeah. 33 minutes to go in the qualifying session. We are mostly just getting started. Winter with a 19th start has 456 at 100 lines. That's pretty good.
That is, in fact, pretty good. Just gonna need to survive the stack up really high, but with the right pieces, this is easily survivable for Winter.
Yep.
And pretty jagged. Wants an L or J. Perfect LP.
Yes.
Going to open this right up to that right well. And let's get this long bar. There we go. Tetris for Winter into 492. Another one, 500 at 123. Looking back to a solid game.
Indeed. Let's see, Crabrangoon, 338 here at 91. Could still pull a 500 out of that.
Right, Winter really slamming them down now. Another Tetris setup and hot approaching that 600K point barrier. There we go, 569. So 2 more Tetrises to 600 as we approach level 20.
Gwafey and Dillan still in early days. Ironically, it's probably one of Dillan's worst games. It's still 347 at 86. So...
Yeah, and Dillan really has higher stakes on this 18 and 19 play than the rollers, unfortunately, since with tapping speeds even of up to 18 hertz, there's only so much you can do on 29. You become a lot more dependent on the sort of piece roll that you end up getting, and you want to get as many points as possible on levels 18 and 19 to enter kill screen with a 1.1. I would imagine that's what Dillan's shooting for, is no less than 1.1 into kill screen.
Yeah. We'll see if he can bring this back to do that. Meanwhile, Crab getting that 500K. Has room for one more before level 19. Winter, 7-11 on 22. Okay.
So quite nice game from Winter. I would say salvaged a little bit from that dig she had earlier on. Now we're on a very solid max out pace, and with some solid 19 play, we could see the pace continue to improve.
Yeah. Winter on a bit of a drought, but gets a bar as soon as I mention it. So 778 into 24. Pretty good chances at a 1.1 here for Winter before 29.
Yeah, throughout this mid and late 19, you'll see these streaks of Tetrises will really skyrocket your pace just like that. She was, below 500 approaching that transition, but now 842. Early in level 25, the 1.1 is definitely on the table, although it's not easy.
Crabrangoon, meanwhile, 683 on 21. I feel like he's turned it up over the last, I don't know, 100 or so lines in this one.
Yeah, and this is a great start as well for Crabrangoon. Just going to need to keep that stack stable. Now that you're this deep into the game, a top out would be catastrophic. So secure as many points as you can. Make sure you get to that max out, as Winter does right there on level 27. And 6 burns still for this 1.1 into kill screen.
Yeah, this is a great run from Winter here. Good opportunity to get that big game and pull ahead. He has a couple holes in the stack, but they're pretty buried at this point. She'll take the Tetris.
Right, so 223. Let's see if Winter tries to set up one last Tetris here, one above, or just wants to burn down. I
have a feeling we're not going to see that.
Yep, there we go. Burns all the way down. OP's over to the left and stabilizing the stack right into kill screen here.
Yeah, she got the 1.1, so 3 more points for Winter here. But she's looking for more.
Very nice. I think just racking up these 1.1s is really effective for her score. So, yeah, as you said, those 3 points secured and can continue to go for more slowly, quickly, however she wants to do it. This stack is looking really healthy for a potential Tetris setup, but now the left got low, so just burning it all the way down.
Yeah. Bit of a double flip there, but that wasn't too fatal.
Yep, want something to the left there, and L would be nice. Now needs pretty much a 5-tap.
She's going for a left
to the
well,
left. But nice, and gets that L into the J burn over to the left. Not relying on too many mechanically difficult moves, just trying to keep the stack stable and not do anything that could ruin the game in one piece.
Yeah, and takes the triple there. Crab is one away from a max out.
Yep, wants a J piece, does Winter. And now 1 Tetris off from the 1.2 in level 33. So just trying to stabilize the stack before she goes for anything.
And there is the max out for Crab.
Very nice for Crab. These 2 points.
Can he keep it alive to go into kill screen?
Incredibly important. Has room for 2 more Tetrises before the kill screen. But
do not like this board.
Unstable here.
Oh my God.
Amazing pieces for the left there. Winter, a couple hangs on the left, back to back. 1.19. Might be able to clutch out a few more lines. Going for that 1.2 there. And a long bar flat to the left. Can't get another long bar over to the right. So 1.193 top out for Winter, securing 3 more points to put her up to 16. Gwafey's still in the lead, though, with 18. Crabrangoon, though, clutching out the 1.1 with the triple there. 1.106 and still going. This is huge for Crab.
Yes, indeed. He's got 13 points so far. He's looking to add some more here.
Needs something left, though. Nice, hits the T all the way over to the left, followed by the long bar. So stack is stable for now, but going to have some problems to address.
Yes, and as the board comes down, those problems, he keeps deferring them with a long bar over to the left.
Playing this really well mechanically, but needed something over to the left. Didn't use the JPs there.
Oh, it's not going to go over.
The next one, and at 1.13, just going to take those 3 points up to 13. And I would say all of these players are pretty safely qualified for the main brackets, unless
Dillan,
something crazy happens.
Also getting that max out. He's on level 29 trying to get something
really
right.
Hard to get over. Okay, can't get the long bar over, and at least secures the max out, but we can see Dillan is disappointed. A absolute avalanche of max outs, peasant max outs, they might say 1.0.
And we're about to get another one too, because Gwafey is at 956 into 27.
Yep. 1 more Tetris and some burns would get Gwafey the max out here. Level 27.
Just getting that double. Just trying to get this board under control before level 29 hits. Oh, nice pull back for the Tetris. He's got the max out.
Nice max out for Gwafey, and room for 2 more Tetrises, so no room for the 1.1 million into kill screen, but going to probably take these Tetrises pretty safely and have a nice stack into kill screen if he can get something over to the left. Gonna have a tuck
Love
setup
that.
resolved very quickly. Could opt to burn into kill stream, but gets a long bar straight away. 1.075 going straight for this long bar into column 9 with the Tetris setup. Could be a little bit dangerous.
Oh no,
a double flip of the T. And his stack's getting up really high, but manageable. Burns out with the L into
Boom,
the Tetris.
Tetris.
1.122 for Gwafey here. 3 points secured and still going on level 30.
What a maneuver from Gwafey there to get that cleaned up, get the Tetris down, and now is threatening for the 1.2. Just needs 2 more Tetrises for it.
Wants something to the left, though. Hits the Z all the way over. And 1.171. One more Tetris would get him to the 1.2 here. The stakes are high for Gwafey. Another Tetris into 1.2 on level 32. His stack is a bit unstable, but hits the tuck with the JPs. Another J all the way over to the left.
my
I
God,
think
he's
that
playing
was
so
8
high
high
here.
left. Incredible mechanics and tuck from Gwafey to get to 1.266. One more Tetris would get him to 1.3. There it is. Gwafey piling on points after points. 1.307 only in level 33. This is an incredible pace. Really nice delayed flat long bar burn. And Tetris ready yet again. Can he get these couple burns down? Can't do it with the hang of the J piece.
But that is a big 5 points for Gwafey. He moves
Huge
to
5 points.
23.
Still leading our session at 23 points.
Yeah, that'll be good enough for at least 7th so far. He is ahead of Fractal. He's ahead of Evesy.
Yeah, understandable frustration there as an early top out in level 33, if one could call that early. Leaves a lot of points on the board, but still much better than topping out before the max out, before the 1.1, 1.2.
Yeah. I mean, 1.3 is, 5 points is a lot. That is very good score.
Yeah, exactly.
And Gwafey's still got 24 minutes. I mean, this could, at this point now, this could be a 30 plus for him, which is,
even to get
telling you from experience from the CTW quals, 30 is probably going to be enough for a top 16 spot, I would think.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
All right, and Gwafey definitely on pace to go for that. Could even do it in one game in theory.
He could very well do it in one game. Get a 1.5. There you go.
But Gwafey, who's been having potentially mechanical troubles, we've seen a couple non-rotations and tough piece hangs, but handled that one dig mechanically so well that clutched the 1.3. We can't forget about that, and that is 1 point that could make a big difference in his final seed.
Indeed, and just to say, obviously, he's been disappointed by a couple of his games, but the fact of the matter is he's still having a very good qualifier.
Exactly. Everybody relatively early on in their games right now. We have Crab. Has Crab had the sunglasses on this whole time?
I don't think so.
This might be a bit of a shift here.
Yeah. Maybe getting some glare from the light rings we've got here.
Yeah, the stage lighting is no joke. Everyone coming out crystal clear.
So a very early games for everyone here. Crab at 456, still in 448. Both of them are around 100 lines. Winter past 100 lines at 420. And Gwafey at 65 lines with a 323. That's a very good score. Ooh. All right. CT4 is lighting up, I'll tell you that.
I really love the energy of CT3, CT4 stages. It feels like
it's just
grassroots.
It is. That's kind of the fun part of being over here rather than over there. It's like you're over on CT2. You don't have a headset. You can't hear anything. The players can't hear you, and it's just kind of like, you're just there to be on stream. But over here, we got the players right in front of us. Got people screaming for all the big scores.
Yeah, and we can see with the score updates, these players here are no joke either. We see Gwafey ahead of the likes of Fractal, Evesy, Sodium right now. And our players, you can see
Yeah,
sort of.
Gwafey is on that level of those players too. Like he is improved. Like he is the last month when I put him on my Premier poll, I think I jumped him up 6 spots.
Wow.
Like he has been performing very well lately, and he's starting to get the results he wants, and it's been really cool to see that happen.
Yeah, absolutely no joke, and you can tell this qualifier is very important to him, as it should be. There's a lot of stakes for seeding, which
Dillan high up on the board here.
Dictate your tournament run sometimes.
Yeah, looks like he's getting this down.
That S misdrop is super costly. This is survivable with a decent set of pieces. Another L would be nice. An O just as good right there. And let's see. Yep, going to take some disciplined burns here. Just burn it out early. Make sure you don't top out.
Yeah, covering the hole with that O there. What that did for him is when he cleared it up, he then had more options to burn away that hole rather than waiting on just the one or two pieces that would have fit there before. So it was a very smart play.
Yeah, exactly. There's a level of just accepting delayed burns during digs where in that case, it actually is the most efficient way to get out, but sometimes you can sacrifice holding out for efficiency and just make sure that you survive, make sure you get down. That's exactly what this qual rewards, as staying alive, getting the max out, and taking the scores one at a time is the most important thing to do.
Yeah, one at a time, like the 7-17 on 21 for Gwafey. This is a game.
Yeah, really nice for Gwafey. You can tell he's locked in, adjusting the pieces. You can see them snapping left and right.
We have max outs coming. Crab at 971, Winter 939, Dillan 890. Oh, he misses a tuck there, but gets it open. There's the Tetris. Max out for Crab.
Looks like we've synced back up to an extent. Sunglasses making a big difference for Crab. Winter as well, both maxing out on level 27, which means a 1.1 million is possible before the kill screen. Crab has 5 burns to do so, but S over to the left, and going to need something to the left if he wants to maintain the stack. Gets the long bar, so he's looking good for a 1.1 in a kill screen with just one more bar.
Yes, there it is.
There it is,
Winter just needs a Tetris 2, so could be both of these players getting the 1.1, but now Winter getting to a little bit of a spot right before level 29. This could be a bit rough to start things off.
Crab handles the dig gracefully. Winter into level 29. Let's see how she handles this.
Very nice.
Very clean right off the bat, and a couple more lines to 1.1. Max out for Dillan in the meantime on level 28, and Tetrising into 29, 1.045. Let's see if Dillan can work his magic on the kill screen this time around. Wants. Okay, there we go. Just going to burn over. Needs left. He pretty much just needs things over to the left as a tapper. That is the biggest problem with level 29.
Gwafey on a max out. We have
Tetris.
4 max outs on the board right now.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be hard for Dillan to piece anything together. Wants a T to throw to the left or anything. An L in desperation is not going to be enough.
So, yeah.
And even a triple wouldn't have done much. 1.068. Another 1.0 for Dillan. You can tell it's not what he wanted, but those 2 points are so much better than 0. You cannot understate that. Yeah,
he's got a decent qualifier going too. 16 points so far.
Right, Crabrangoon at 1.3.
Yes. Had 2 bar dependencies, was able to fill in one, but had to plug the other.
Okay, and this is a real dig now for Crab and Winter at the same time, who's at 1.1 in level 33.
This is left, and that's going to get for Crab, but 5 big points.
Secure that 1.3, though. Winter also topping out at 1.1. Gwafey, though, into kill screen. He's at 1.2 right now, so really nice start to the pacing from Gwafey here. You can tell he's locking in, starting to come back in this qual, taking it 1 game at a time, and he's 2 Tetrises away from a 1.3. Looks like he might be getting back to this aggression, but actually just taking it slow right now. Took an early long bar burn, taking this friendly Tetris setup right now. There it is, 1.286, and a few lines away from that 1.3.
Yeah, this has the potential to be a massive game if he can get this sorted out.
Yep.
Trying, gets nice 5 tap, that was very high.
Left. And great stable form of burning this out right here. 1.3 for Gwafey just by digging that out. Gets the J piece, gets the L piece, opens the Tetris well, gets the Tetris.
Yes.
1.345 for Gwafey. It's back-to-back 5 taps, so his left is really high. This misdrop could have been a lot worse for him, but he's looking to be able to dig this out fairly quickly and get back to a Tetris setup.
Yeah, his 5 taps today have been monstrous and crucial at times, as we just saw there. Looking for the 1.4. We'll get it with that Tetris on level 34.
1.4 in level 34 is no joke. Let's see where he's going to go with this game here. And long bar over to the left, maintaining a very stable stack. He had an angle to go for an aggressive center well there. Another one right there, and he's passing up on it. He wants to make sure he can guarantee the points that he deserves. Another Tetris, 1.462. This is 1 Tetris away or a lot of burns away from a 1.5. A Tetris.
How about a Tetris?
1.5. And he's set up again, but this one's a little more risky. Gets the Tetris straight away, 1.552, and now he's gunning for it. In these later levels, the points are really going to pile up. 1.598, a matter of 1 burn or 2 burns away from that 1.6. Tetris is straight into it. We call this a rollover in the vanilla game. This would show as 0 points, and 1.646, one more Tetris might have been able to get him to that 1.7, but that rollover is huge for Gwafey
like,
there.
All right. That's a tolerable game. 8 points brings him to 31. There we go.
Up to 31 points, and that would put him at 3rd among the live qualifiers.
Oh, man, yeah. So 31 points. That's looks like that's going to push Cole down from 4th place.
Yeah, and surpassing Miles and Fractal there.
For now, they're still alive, and Fractal is a 1.1 on the board right now, so
he's gonna get it back, but
yeah. But yeah, this has been a crazy qualifier. Sidnev currently leading with, is that 51?
51 points for Sidnev right now, and has room for 2 games.
Yeah, which, knowing her, that could be another 30 points. I heard Grand Designs. 14 minutes remaining in the session.
Yep, 14 minutes remaining, so it might be for these players start to finish on 1 game and then 1 last game here, since everybody is pretty early in their current game. Furthest along is looking like Dillan at 85 lines with 362. Crabrangoon at a similar score, but a few lines behind. Or actually, Winter is also 96 lines in. It's hard to tell with the 19 starts, but 397 for Winter.
Yeah, she is going quick, pretty good, almost 400 into the 100-line turn. See what she can do with this game. But yeah, that last game for Gwafey, just so huge. 8 points is a big deal in this format. It does so much for you.
You can tell taking a second sometimes is really the best move.
Yep.
To keep yourself stable and ready to stay locked in those moments like that one, where it really counts to be able to tone your aggression, play for the Tetrises that you can get in level 29, and really ramp it up as you go towards those later levels and just go crazy with the scoring, just like Gwafey did. That's the kind of game we were hoping for, and glad we got to see it.
Yes. We still got time to see if Winter and Crab can get something like that going. Of course, Dillan, not a roller. Probably not going to see a rollover out of him, but we've already seen some great stuff out of Dillan. For a tapper, he's got 16 points right now. And all 4 of these players looking solid for gold.
Yeah, if a rollover is a 1.6, what would we call a tap over?
1.4.
1.4. All right.
Yeah.
I'm expecting 1.4 from Dillan here.
Yeah, he's got one. So, see if he can make it happen. We'll see.
Yep.
Trying to see where he's at in the list. Kind of hard to read.
Where Dillan is at?
Yeah.
So Dillan is showing at 17th overall with 14 points here.
Oh, that's nice.
And among the likes of, well, we have Chistop, Crab from this slot, Dan V, and Firedox surrounding his qualifier there. But
So yeah,
Could
great.
propel himself into the top leagues with 2 good scores right here. This is really what I came for. I want to see how these players finish out and strategize their last couple of games to maximize their points, and whether they really just go for it all in their final game, since you can add so many points, get an incredible kicker, and really just finish off your qual with the cherry on top.
Yeah, Winter unfortunately going to top out there, but she's still got 2 games left potentially.
Yeah, this could be perfectly timed from Winter if she goes for a 19 start, closes out a game with a solid score, and either opts to finish it out or reset just to get one more game in, which is an interesting dilemma, which she might be in that sort of time slot for.
Yep. And of course, one of the big things, of course, if the timer is running out and you have, say, a 1.1 on 19, or on 29 rather, what do you do?
Yeah.
Do you play out that game because you're not guaranteed to get much further on 29, but you might, and it would be worth a lot of points if you did. Or you could start a new game and try to get some easier points.
Exactly. I might be an advocate to reset based on a max out being 2 points. I think it's insanely close, and if you're really feeling a game, then playing it out is probably the move. But resetting, if you feel confident to get another max out, then you can just take however many points you get from your first game and have the potential to add more or add points more easily in the next one.
Yeah. So we got Dillan at 847 on 24. This could be a nice game for Dillan. Another Tetris.
Right, 878 at 193. This is like perfect for a 1.2 right here. So I think he's going for probably a 1.1 million into kill screen.
I don't have an extra list.
Yeah, but 1.2 certainly on the table. 5 Tetrises away from a 1.1.
Yeah, he's going to have to burn here, so no 1.2 anymore. But he could go for that 1.2 in kill screen, which I think for a hyper zapper means, as he's doing right there, keep that left high, get as much efficiency as you possibly can in these last few levels, and set up for either one more Tetris or just a very easy burn down setup and take what you get on level 29.
Oh, misdrops there.
Really unlucky misdrops here, but the 1.1 is still very possible.
Yeah, he just needs 2 Tetrises. He's got a lot of burns for it. He might just set up dirty here. Wow,
yeah,
what a sequence.
Very smart from Dillan. So could line out to a 1.1 here, but he's not going to do that. He's going to go for the 1.2, and this is actually an incredible setup right here. Could get column 9 ready if he gets that. Oh, no. Okay, 1.129. So theoretically, 2 Tetrises would do it here. Has sort of the center well exoskeleton setup.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the pieces are not going to help.
All the way over. Who knows? Gets the J double flips.
Needs a T.
He would have needed a T there, but
he does get it.
Just in time. This is actually survivable for Dillan. Gets the J over, and a long bar would be great for him. 1.15 here.
Oh, no! That
and the
hang
L
is going to be fatal.
Looks like maybe his finger fell off the D-pad or something. The L needed to either go left or burn in the center, but...
Yeah, but give him 3 points. He's up to 19, tied with Winter.
Yep, and room for an experimental game to see how far you want to take it. He's playing on level 19
no,
here.
980! Top out.
Oh, no.
Oh, man, right there. Gwafey, though, gonna pick up the max.
Yep, 1 Tetris and several burns away from a 1.1 into the kill screen here. But he's spiring some C's up to the right, so really wants to get out of this, and he might be able to get that Tetris right into the kill screen to get that 1.1 secured.
What are these pieces not helping? He's going to go in pretty high here.
Okay, into a burn, but this is very survivable for Gwafey here. Just a few more burns, and he'll have a Tetris set up. It's ready, but he might opt to burn this down. Nice long bar all the way to the left. Tetris into 1.1 for Gwafey on level 30. Winter, unfortunately, top out at 271 there, but luckily we have this time to spare. Gwafey, 1.16 Tetrises into 1.2, and he's still going. You can tell how locked in he is, how ready he is to try to secure another score.
Wow,
long bar in column 9. We've seen this from Gwafey here. Looks really aggressive, but if the left is high, it makes it burnable. This one is super risky, though. But gets that Tetris. This is not Tetris ready. Let's see how he burns this down. Does so with a couple of triples. Not going to greed for a dirty Tetris setup right here. He's burning all the way down. One Tetris away from a 1.3. He is going to set up dirty here. This is 5 high here.
He gets it.
Tetris into 1.317. Let's see how he opts to handle this. Will he continue going for dirty setups, which high risk, high reward, or burn it all the way down? It looks like he's taking the safer approach.
Yeah, he's going to burn it down, but he gets the right side open, and we'll see if he's going to go ahead and start setting up again. He does right away. Boom, Tetris.
Tetris right away. He needs pieces over to the left, though. A couple of misdrops, but if he can collect... There we go. If he can collect his mechanics here, this is very survivable. Oh, no.
Ooh, that's
Jay couldn't get to the left, and just hard to recover from that sort of streak of misdrops sometimes. The stack ended up a little bit difficult to navigate. So at 1.38, Gwafey going to add 5 more points to his score.
Yep, he is up to 36, which is, it's almost double of the next player down here at the session. Gwafey, again, just having an excellent qualifier. It's kind of, you remember at the half, we were saying, yeah, maybe these players will get like upper 20s. Gwafey is threatening a 40 now.
Yeah, exactly.
His second half has been on fire.
And as we know it, so Gwafey at 36, but the other players are at 19, 19, and 18 points. Crab at 18, Winter and Dillan at 19 points. They could all break the 20-point barrier with this potential last game here. We're at 5 minutes and 10 seconds left for these 4 players, or everybody qualifying right now. And this leaves this game to be the potential experiment, which you could reset as we approach that 1 minute or that 30-second mark and get that one last game in just as you want it.
Yep. And I will point out Dillan playing the timer with a 19 start this game, trying to get in a final game and then after this one. So we'll see if he can do it. There's still just south of 5 minutes left, about 4.5 minutes left in the qualifying session.
Yeah, Winter just went on an adventure there, had an L spin to hit and then another L tuck, I believe, with a precarious stack, but it looks like it never happened. Oh, there we go. Another Z spin just for fun. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Just back to a perfectly stable stack.
I'm used to seeing the Vits just for fun out of Winter, but
this might not be the time and place for that in the middle of quals.
No. Dillan with an excellent score here.
Right, 546 at 126. I thought he had transition because he's been playing mostly 18 starts, but on 19, so 570, effectively a 570 transition for Dillan here. Now we are on 19 proper, and the levels will start transitioning every 10 lines.
Yep, and Dillan looking to try to get this game in the books before the timer runs out so he can play another one and potentially get himself 2 strong games, get himself in the mid-20s.
Right, it is the Dillan show this game. Dillan at 143. Nobody else is past 100 lines, so Dillan was 633 at level 20. We have 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the qual, so Dillan would likely be able to just finish this game out, but we will be calling around 1 minute, and
yeah, he might have a little bit of time to collect himself, but not much.
Yeah, I think post-transition is pretty short. In the 2-minute range? I might be wrong, but...
yeah, it's not terribly long. I'm pretty sure he'll get this done.
743 on level 22, so could definitely go in for a 1.1 million into kill screen. Nice adjustment to make the long bar dependency. Getting the long bar to burn out his stack is really stable. It is 1 off the bottom, though, so everything is going to be just slightly harder to get over.
Gets that square for the burn.
Drought over 20
drought,
here.
Yes. But
burns the triple.
Nice burn. And finally gets the bar for the Tetris.
There we go, 786. Expertly handled by Dillan. J-piece, T-piece for the Tetris setup. Immediately 5 and below. Triple flips that J-piece to tuck the O right under it. And now he has 2 holes in his stack. I'm not sure if he's going to continue to build this one off the bottom. It looks like that's what he's opting for. Another J dependency, and then he'll be Tetris ready. 823, approaching that 25 transition, getting into that late 19.
Of note, 582 into 19 for Crab.
solid score from Crab, but Dillan really putting on a show here. Still been maintaining this one off the bottom well, which sort of starts to dig at you little by little with burns that it forces you to do just by being higher up. But now 924. Going for an aggressive center well Tetris setup, but finds one nice burn that would make the transfer pretty efficient if you get a Tetris.
Okay. That was scary for a second,
suck.
but he's got it. He's got the recovery
This
going.
sack is really difficult right here. He needs something over
God.
to the left, and then he'll have to burn out of this. Looking to survive before any points here. A L would be really nice to burn.
Nice
or a
burn
long
there.
bar. There we go.
There we go.
And hangs a long bar over. It's really tough to survive, but it's not impossible if you can get the long bar over.
tap.
There we go. 941.
We're running out of time, though.
At 221 lines, he would love 2 Tetrises here. So he has 2 more burns if he wants to try to make some miraculous Tetris setup, or maybe one into a crazy kill screen burn. 227 lines. Let's see what he can opt for. Not much.
Man.
229 lines, maybe one desperation setup here, but I don't see much after this.
He gets a Tetris, but not going to max.
But we have 36 seconds left, so he gets us
35 seconds remaining.
So reset
Down
would
to
be
30.
now, if at any time.
Do I see anyone that wants to reset? No.
It looks like everybody is playing out their games, which is completely reasonable. Everybody is on a great game.
15 seconds.
Yeah, I think Dillan's just waiting for the last possible
10,
second to
9,
start.
8,
a little bit of
7,
rest.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No more games.
I blame the people over at CT1 for desyncing the countdown there.
Yeah, what was up with that? Like, you got a timer right in front of you guys.
Right.
Come on. Tetris or Crab. He's looking to get some more points on the board to get over that 20 mark.
888 and 26. This is so great when you're trying to get just any points before the kill screen. So 2 Tetrises and burning into kill screen would get him this max out here.
And he is looking good for that. Nice adjustment for the T. Gets the bar. Boom, Tetris. 960.
There we go.
Still on 27.
Could also go for a high 1.0 million score into 29, and the 1.1 will be within reach. 2 more Tetrises on the board to get about a 1.06 here. Couple more lines. We see Ronkly reaching for the bell here.
Yeah.
Will the max out happen? There we go. Burns into it at
uber safe, but it works out. We'll get the Tetris.
So
and he's on level 29 for one final time here in this qualifying session.
And we've seen Crabrangoon rack up the 1.3s to pile onto his score, but sometimes that comes with a level of aggression. We'll have to see what he goes for in this last game. Needs something over to the left. A long bar would be great. Gets the next long bar over, and now a long bar or a J piece is what he needs. A dirty Tetris. 4 rows off the bottom. This is the highest Tetris we've seen on level 29 so far. Needs something over to the right. Not going to get the T flipped over for the Tetris setup. Clutches the 1.1 though. So Crabrangoon with an additional 3 points, going to clutch 21 points in this qualifier. Great showing from Crabrangoon.
Meanwhile, Winter on level 27, 4 Tetrises off, but a board that she wishes she didn't have.
Right.
Oh, gets the right side open.
See, over to the left would be great. Gwafey, though, with the Tetris, going to clutch the max out on level 27 as well.
Gwafey.
So we have 2 players approaching the kill screen. Dillan, however, is very early in his game, so we can keep an eye on Gwafey and Winterra for the time being. Winterra going to enter 29 first, currently at 959, so a Tetris and change would bring her to a max out here.
She's going for a center well. She's got it set up. Oh, has to knock it down, though. Gets a bar for the Tetris and the max out.
Tetris for the perfect transfer here. And Winterra, I think, is really sending it. This is super contrary to before. But as I mentioned, this last game counts so much. You can increase your kicker. You can pile on so many points and just go for a stellar qualifier with a really high score this game.
Dillan's going to miss out on 20 points as he tops out on 18. But Dillan with an excellent qualifier. I'm sure he's going to gold with 19 points.
Yeah, unfortunate for Dillan. At the same time, Gwafey got up really high, but snuck a Tetris over the right side. He's at 1.2. Winter at 1.029 right now. Needs something to the left to just get out of this. There we go. Really nice stable stack from Winter. Gwafey hung a long bar 0 left, but this turned into a left wall setup. Just going to burn it down first and get his stack all the way down to row 0.
So it's just a matter of how many more points are Gwafey and Winter going to pick up in their final game.
Winter, long bar goal 9 gets a Tetris right over that, and another Tetris 1.163. This is one more for the 1.2. Meanwhile, Gwafey is at that 1.2 and has a Tetris set up just with that Z piece there. A long bar would get another Tetris for Gwafey here. Still holding out. There's a Tetris. Almost at 1.3 for Gwafey. Meanwhile, Winter has a situation. There's stack needs to burn out.
Boom, Tetris for Gwafey.
Winter got clutch long bar over to the left, and it's looking like she's surviving onto level 35. The amount of points you can score is starting to increase. Gwafey 1.385 could line out to 1.4, but he's going broke for the Tetris.
Winter in a bit of trouble here.
Misdrop here, both players in a bit of trouble. Gwafey needs something to the left. An L maybe. He's going to hang the long bar flat. 1.39, unfortunately just short of the 1.4. Winter, though, at 1.207. If she can get this down, she could have gone for 1.3. Just needs to survive this. Gets the long bar all the way over to the right side. Going to need to just stabilize the stack, get pieces one at a time, try to survive this into level 38, and 2 Tetrises would be able to get her to that 1.3.
I can't believe she's still
7 burns, but she can't do it.
So
can't get that 2 to the left, and 4 points based on that 1.2. 3 of our 4 players clutch that 20 points we were talking about.
And Dillan only missed by 1. I mean, this lived up to its billing. Gwafey with 41 points. Winter picking up 23. Crab at 21. And Dillan at 19. And man, these players have really... I think they met their expectations.
Yeah.
This was a good qualifier. I was quite pleased to see it.
What a showing from all 4, really. I would say the story of the session was Gwafey had a slower start, but really came back, locked in, knocked down that 1.6, and came back with multiple scores well above max outs through incredible efficient 29 play. And got all the way up to 41 points.
And what was crazy is, like, it seemed like he was having some trouble with mental at the beginning, but then he just started popping off. And,
exactly.
And he, like, almost tripled his total. So 41 points for Gwafey. That's going to be a very good qual, probably a top 16 spot easily, I would say. We'll see what happens with Winter, Crab, and Dillan. I imagine all 3 of them probably will be playing round 0, but maybe it's a higher seed.
Yeah, I would assume these to be in that round 0 range where they're safely qualified, but probably not top 16 seed. But still great, probably mid seeds. We'll see how their round 1 matchups play out. Great showing from everyone again.
Yeah.
Give it up for Gwafey, Winter, Crab, and Dillan.
All right. So we're going to give one final shout out here to Hyperkin, who's been supporting CTWC since the beginning. They've been helping Tetris communities around the world by sending them NES consoles and controllers. Hyperkin leads the way in the retro and modern entertainment industry with unique, fun, and innovative items, including the Retron console. Check them out at hyperkin.com. Let's game.
And with Tetris the board game, bring the fun of the classic digital game to the tabletop and experience the fun of Tetris in real life with this multiplayer strategy game of rotating, dropping, and line making. Classic Tetris with a competitive twist. Drop a Tetramino on a black garbage drop icon in your grid to gain the power to add a piece to an opponent's grid, to block their line and their path to victory. Tetris fans of all ages will have a blast dropping the semi-translucent pieces straight from the video game while having fun strategizing and problem solving. It's for 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up.
Very good. What?
One more ad.
Oh, okay. He's giving us one more here. Tetris is also partnering with Rubik's Cube. They have 2 classic brands combined to create one unique Tetramino. Isn't that supposed to be Tetramino matching brain teaser cube? Includes an iTetramino stand to display with your Rubik's or Tetris collections. It's not your average 3x3 cube. Instead of creating sides of solid colors, the goal is to twist and turn the cube until 6 classical colors of tetrominoes are restored back to their original shapes.
I bought 10 of them.
10?
Yep, just last night.
Wow, okay. Awesome. We got a lot of cubers in the community, so I can't say I'm too surprised.
Yep.
And just one last shout out before we sign off here. Don't forget to contribute to the Matcherino. We have a $1,500 prize pool right now. We would love to get that up higher. We want to thank all of our contributors so far. We have seen some big numbers come through, and we've got more to come. So I think that's going to be it for us.
All right, thank you, Classic Tetris, for hosting us. Thank you for our players for performing so well, putting on a great show for us to commentate. Thank you, Ronkley, for co-commentating alongside myself. It's been a great time.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. All right.
Thank you.
We'll be back.